Okay, so
I'm starting off like this. Sorry. Okay.
one of the questions that I got, of course, we're talking about twin flames, and for anybody that would like to join our Zoom, please feel free. The information is below with my email, Yasmin's email. So if anyone would like to join our Zoom, all you gotta do is contact us, and boom, you're there. Oh, I tried. But so anyways, yeah. So one of the questions that I got asked, well, it's not even a question. They had like wrote me and they said, even though for some reason your twin flame has not returned, we want you to know that it is coming, that they are coming. You have already energetically aligned yourself if you have been doing the work. And with me, there's no telling. I always say that when the twin flame will actually appear. That's the thing, is people hold these high expectations of when and how they're going to appear. And they truly believe that if you do work, it will help you align with your twin flame. But there is no work to be done. And we don't know if there's any aligning either. We don't know if we align with them. That's something else that we were told or something we've read upon, but there's no telling of when and how they appear. Apparently, we're told that if you're authentic, which is a neutrality type of energy, if you're being authentic and being okay with being authentic, you attract, they come into your life. But I know people that are authentic and was on the journey and the twin flame didn't show up. I mean, it's a catch-22. There really is no telling of when and how they will come.
Well, can I say something?
Yeah.
So the issue there, at least here, is the whole point, I mean, from what everyone teachers apparently say is, which resonates here, I'm not speaking for anyone else, is there is no they. As long as your focus is on what appears to be another person, energetically, according to twin flame lore, they're not coming because you're concentrating on them. Your energy is off you. Your energy, you need to, like, I mean, I'm not going to tell anyone what they need to do, but the purpose of apparently is to realize what you already are, and energetically you are them. So there is no them to come. They are already you. I mean, apparently it's what the teachers say or whatever, that the energy is you. They are energetically you. So there is no them or they, or, I mean, in a 3D, yeah, there's a physical form of what appears to be another human being that resonates the same way you do energetically and vibes, whatever, the same as you. But I still think that there is some truth to, as long as the focus is outside of you and on a physical form of someone else, an apparent other, then if what is said to be true in a 3D reality here, polarity wise, you're a push, they're a pull, you're the positive, they're the negative, then you're pushing, your energy's pushing. And as long as your expectation, you're doing anything to try and get with another human being energetically, if it's a twin flame thing, they ain't coming. I mean, because your focus is on them and not you. And once, I don't know, here, I did that forever. I'm not judging anyone because I did it. My focus was always on my twin flame, no matter what I did, even though what I was seeking until it wasn't. And when it started to energetically fade off, and I realized and it became apparent to me somehow that there is no other, there is no real them, that they are me energetically. Like, I don't care if they come back or not, like, because the focus isn't on them anymore. It's on being and existing and what's ever coming up. You know what I mean? And I love the twin flame journey. I think it's amazing. It's so cool. I love that apparently it happened here. I'm thrilled that I didn't wake up, another way, because it's fascinating, and I do believe if you have to exist in this, existence here is 3D or dualistic, then for what this is, that is an apparent experience. That's just my 2 cents.
Can I say something? I think like there's so much similarity in the spiritual path and the twin flame path, because as a twin flame, you're seeking this other. And then on the spiritual path, you want to get it. You want to get it. You want to wake up. And you're just like, your energy's like, I want that. I want this. It's like seeking. And as long that's the problem. That's the issue, is that you think that there's something outside of this. I don't like to say you, but this. And when the seeking stops spiritually and the seeking stops with the twin flame, is when, the wholeness comes in, the completeness, the non-dual space where there is no other. So, and I'm not saying that is easy. It was horrifically hard losing my twin flame, grieving my twin flame, and realizing that there is no waking up, so
Right.
all of that was like devastating. But that's what it is. That energy, whether it's a twin flame or the spiritual path, is part of what you need to lose. So I don't know, that's just my 2 cents. So as long as you're putting it like wanting, then nothing's going to happen, because that's part of the garbage you need to let go of. So
Right on. I agree with that.
See, and so with this is what I think, all of that, like focusing on them and looking outside looking at things outside yourself, and all that to me is just the story anyways. Like, you can't focus on them. You can't do this. See, that's the good, bad, and all that stuff. You can't do this and all that. I feel like it doesn't matter what you do.
yeah.
You can be neutral. Like I said, you can be authentically who you are and being okay with me. It's being okay being authentic. That's the thing. I think a lot of us had a hard time with being authentically who we are, which created that resistance. But it's just being okay with how things are just coming up. And there really is no rule book to when and how you can get your twin flames. To me, that's all the story. You can be mutual, and the twin flame may not show up. And then they may. It's like a catch-22. It really doesn't matter what you do. I'm going to tell you, like I said, you guys know I have 3. And each one of them, I've had different experience. Well, the 2, I had the same experience. Angel, I don't want to say names. Y'all know the names. But the 2 guys, I had the same exact experience. And then there's that one. And both were what they say a twin flame is. You go through the runner chaser, or you go through the long drawn out separation, and then you have the telepathy that comes with it, all the stuff, all the narratives that come with it. And look, with the 2 guys, it didn't matter if I was neutral or not. They were coming. They would come and go, in different ways. So it really, and then sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes they would just go and not come back. But it was it was a chase. It was a hit and miss. It was awful. It was just awful, but then cool at the same time, because it was so magical, and you're experiencing things that you've never experienced before. Like I have never experienced anything like I've experienced with those 3 gentlemen, ever. And I'll never forget it. And I'm still dealing with it with one of them, although there is like this long drawn out separation now with that one. But it doesn't matter what I do. You know what I mean? There's no telling of how things are going to happen. And I feel like people get so stuck on the narrative of things and the concept twin flame that, yeah, it's like a vicious cycle. Kind of.
To your point, Shannon, you're saying like no matter what you do, I mean, for the sake of words, right?
Mhm.
Me, you and Monique
Yeah.
right now have woken up, right? And none
But
of us
have
have our
we? But
twin.
like that's the story too.
Yeah, but I'm saying for the sake
You
of
know?
words, right?
Yeah.
just for the sake of
Yeah,
like
no, I
people
know, I know.
understand, you know, we've woken up and all of us don't have our twins. So there is no like fairy tale because that's a story. I mean, you could end up with your twin. We don't know. I mean, nobody knows. I mean, there's no like you know, what is it? There's no like what you're saying. There's no way of knowing. You just don't know. My twin, when I woke up, my twin said to me, I'm not going where you're going. He was on the spiritual path too. So, hey, that's what my twin said. And I haven't seen him since then, and I don't care about him. When I used to die, like I would die. Like if anybody had twin flame, you know that love is ridiculous. You know,
Ridiculous.
it's
Well,
insane.
that's the thing. You can have like no one, twin flame's just a label, but you can have like I had telepathy and an amazing, resonant soulmate, I would call it. Here, you can have these kind of experience. I think the difference between a really close resonant soulmate, someone you're really vibing with and energetically is very close to your energy, and a twin flame is usually the catalyst, what starts you on the spiritual awakening, what starts you with the dark night of the soul and everything else. And what they say is if the other people don't do it, then they're just really close resonant soulmates. Energetically, they are like your energy, but they're not your twin. Which for me, textbook. I've had plenty of relationships that were weird, and especially with another person who I won't mention. I can't because he's my good friend, Rudy. We were super close. Like I felt like I'd known him. If there were other lifetimes, he had to have been there. Like I've never resonated as closely with anyone in my life, and we could read each other's thoughts, and we could decide. We could write 10-word conversation, but not words, just with the first letters of every word. And we could, how you see those, but ours would go on for 20 letters and we could figure it out. We like, it was so like we knew each other or whatever, we resonated that close. And I had a couple of relationships that were very similar to that, but I have to say that the thing, and David wasn't any more special than anyone else. I don't want to get that. He wasn't like, oh, this is the love of my life. Yes, there was that, but it wasn't that too. Like he was ordinary, but there was just something energetically with him that was different, and I knew it the minute I met him.
It was like the magical spiritual stuff that's included with the twin, they're not that special. It's just the whole stuff around them gets like very spiritual.
But who's to say what that is? We can't say it's a soulmate. We can't say it's a twin flame. Everybody's experience is so fucking different. Like both three men that I dealt with were energetic. It was an energetic recognition. There wasn't like, I've known you before type of like me and him had something in common and we kind of just flowed off of each other. No. The moment I looked into their eyes, I recognized them. It was an energetic recognition. I can't even explain it. And I couldn't put my finger on it. It drove me crazy because I've never met them a day in my life. We didn't have shit in common. Not at all. Like there was no shit in common, but it was like an energetic situation. Like I saw it and I recognized it right here. It was the eyes. The minute the eye contact happened with all three of them, it was that energetic recognition, and I'll never forget it. But I don't know what that is. I don't know if you call it twin flame. I don't know what a fucking soulmate is. Those are all labels that we're putting on things that we really don't know what the fuck we're talking about, really. It's just what's appearing to happen. You know what I mean? We just don't know why these things are happening the way they are. But I will say the whole twin flame thing, oh my gosh, like you'll never forget it. You'll never forget it because it was out of this world, and it's something you've never experienced before with anyone else. With three of the guys, I've never experienced this type of shit. The telepathy, the energetic pull, the runner chaser. I went through the runner chaser with two of them. And then I went through the long drawn out separation with the other one. You can there's two different situations. Apparently that's what they say. You go through the runner chaser or you'll go through the long separation. I had both. I don't know why. I can't tell you to this day why it happened to me in that way, but it fucking did. And I'm pretty sure there's other people that are watching this that went through it too. have had the same similarities, but I don't know unless they leave a comment or whatever. But I
Well,
feel
it's
like,
common.
yeah,
Runner chaser is common in ordinary relationships too. Like I've had runner chaser with Rudy and with Andy.
but not the
Yeah.
energeticness, not the energeticness, not
Well,
the
I did. Like I
the
thought they were.
intenseness and in the, oh my God, like what the fuck, it's that feeling, you know what I'm talking about, like
Yeah, I
the
did that
energetic
though. I
feeling
did
that you
have that.
feel with your twin flame, whatever,
I did have energetic, like
Oh,
very energetic,
with Rudy, with Rudy.
and with Andrew, not as much as with Rudy, but definitely
But
with
didn't you
Andy. I
say
had
they
both, and
felt like a soulmate though to you though?
I felt
See, I
like that
didn't
I had
feel that.
known them. I felt like I'd known them before, both of
But
them. But the difference was with what I would consider a twin, and there's no labels. We don't know what it is. It could
yeah,
be, a roast beef sandwich. You could call it the same thing.
yeah,
I'm just saying, if we're talking about energetically, what happens, the difference is in the story is that the catalyst, whoever it is, you can call it a twin, a soulmate, a ham sandwich. If you start on a spiritual seeking journey at that point, they say that's your energetic opposite, your whatever you're born or not, whatever you're put into this reality with is the other polarity of the human being that you are. And they say that person causes
but
the
that's the
seeking or
story.
whatever. It's not even the person. It's the energy. It's not a person. It's energetically, they cause you to have an ego
Yeah.
death or whatever. It's part of the story. I mean, none of it even
Yeah.
matters anymore, but
Because
it
who
makes
knows?
sense
Everybody's
because it
story is
happened here.
different. Huh?
Only saying for me, because I relate
Yeah.
to it, because that's exactly what I experienced. Textbook twin
Yeah.
flame lore happened here. So
No, you
I'm
know
just
what? I want to mention how so I had an energetic exchange with someone other than my twin, this divine part. I call him my divine partner. I have no idea what he is.
Right.
I don't know what he is. But they came at the same time. So I had a twin and I had this other one. But I didn't think I was a twin with him. But he would chase me and I'd run away from him, and I'd be chasing my twin and he'd be running away from me. And it was both at the same time, or like one would leave and one would come, and he would tell me, "Oh, you're leaving again," and I'd be like, "Yeah, I am." And then I would tell my twin, "Oh, you're leaving again," because I could energetically feel the shifts happening.
Right.
So he wasn't my twin, but I was something to him, which I don't have any recognition. I mean, he was talking about some weird lives that I don't know. And I was just like, oh, whatever. I'm weird enough having a twin flame, so I'm gonna listen to this stuff, But
Mhm.
yeah, I had an energetic situation with those two, and one of them wasn't my twin. So
None of my twins talked about that shit. None of that spiritual bullshit. None of that. They didn't talk. They know nothing about it. It never came up. But energetically, I knew that they knew what was going on. You know how you just felt it energetically? Like I knew the moment I laid eyes on the first one,
they
I
won't
knew
admit
right
it,
away. Huh?
but they know. They won't
But
admit
they
it, but
know,
they
but they
know.
won't admit it. They won't admit
Yeah.
it. They'll play little fucking. They'll play those. They'll do those little. What do you call it? They'll riddles. They'll riddle you to death.
Yeah.
They will riddle
Yeah.
you to death, and you just know it's not. It's like an energetic knowing. It's like the minute you see that person, like, what the fuck is this?
What is that? I
Yeah.
think that's a common word that people use when they meet their twin. They're like,
Yes.
what was that?
What
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah, what is this? It's not like
Normal.
No.
I knew it
it's
wasn't no soulmate. I knew it was no soulmate from the get. The moment
Yeah,
I
it
laid
was-
eyes on this motherfucker, because we had nothing in common. As a matter of fact, he got on my fucking nerves sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would
Yeah,
never want him as
yeah.
a fucking soulmate. Like, never, ever. But he did the push and pull back and forth, and I felt it. Like, I knew when he was coming, when he was going. I knew all three of them were just the same, but not really the same.
Yeah.
Like that makes any sense. I don't know.
I can remember mine getting on my nerves. There'd be times he'd be sitting in bed talking about, he was an electrician, and he'd be telling me some story at work about how this wire went to B and C, and somehow it didn't generate enough power, and I'd be sitting there, kill me now. This conversation has actually made me want to end my life. But I mean, because it would annoy the shit out of me. So yeah, there's not some, magic all the time, all this, my twin flame, it's not romantic. I mean, it can be, There's nothing outside the box.
Mine was like narcissistic and mean and pushing me away and making me feel like I wasn't good enough. I mean, I'm telling you the works, but then there was magical moments. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I understand when they talk about this whole narcissistic twin or the one
Yeah.
that's like not healed, and I totally believed in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw my twin the other day on Instagram, and
Uh-oh.
he's doing the same old shit that he always has. Nothing's changed. Like he's just doing the same old shit. And I don't know. I looked and I saw him just be the same person as he always was. So they're always saying on the twin flame path, like, oh, wait for them. They need to grow. They need to heal. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him, but he doesn't look like he's done anything. And he was on the path with me and doing all the healing modalities and, going and meditating. And he doesn't look too different.
Yeah.
Than, because that can hurt somebody. They're waiting for someone to change. They're waiting for someone to grow. They're waiting for someone to heal. They're looking down upon someone saying, oh, he needs,
Mhm.
But then the focus is outside of you again. It's on,
yeah.
and that's okay. It's just, but then that's where you're going to be. You're going to stay stuck right there. I mean, the character is or whatever, and that's fine. That's fine. But I don't know. No judge. I mean, if they want to think about another human being and
Yeah.
expect change, expect their life to be.
It's okay to focus if you're okay with. So look, this is, and I don't know if Yasmin remembers this, but this was one of the biggest things I would always talk about in my videos was like, if you want to focus on that motherfucker, you focus on him, but just be okay. You know what I'm saying? Being okay with just being authentically who you are, because you can't help but do that. Like that's naturally happening, right? That's authentically happening. And there's nothing that there's no control over that happening. It's just being okay with it. Not being like, oh my God, I gotta go get healing done because I'm focusing on that. Or I need to get my chakras aligned because I'm focusing on that person. Just being okay with whatever's coming up for you. Yeah, like, being okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Being okay with all of it.
Yeah.
They're wrong. There's no bad, good, right, wrong. There's none of that anymore. Like,
because we did that stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, I went and got my chakras clean. I got a healing modality. I went and like stood and hugged a tree for 2 days or something. I don't know what I did. I was hiking, I was meditating, I was praying, I was binge watching spirituality, reading books, completely committed. And I did that stuff. And then
you're trying to get out of being authentically who you are though at the time too. But you're not, even if you were to do that now, you're not trying to get out of who you are. You're just doing it. You're just doing it now. It ain't
we always wanted something different than, okay, when you're on the path, on the twin flame path or the spiritual path, you're trying to get out of who you are, or you're trying to get your twin flame and change for your twin or heal for your twin or whatever the hell you're doing. You're aligning yourself to have higher consciousness so the twin can come in. But you guys remember all that shit, all the hard work we did.
Oh, I do.
And, at the end of the day, I feel like a different person after the path. I mean, I obviously don't hold. There is still bad and good, and there's still things happening here, but I hold on to things a lot less than, I don't play a story repeatedly. My mind's not attacking me the way it used to or stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if that's what's happening for you, that's what's happening for you, and just be okay with it. Like what Shannon's saying, like everything's okay. And that's the difference between being on the path or wanting your twin. We're always resisting like the whole thing. Why do I want him? I hate that I want him. I'm so annoyed that he's in my head 24/7, blah, blah, blah. I'm so mad that I'm not awake yet. Let me go meditate more. Let me go, no, it's okay. All of it's, and that's how you get, I mean, I'm not saying you're going to get anything because you don't get anything, but
there's no telling.
At least, there's no telling, but at least come to more. Because when you're in non-duality, just acceptance of everything. And that's what you're trying to say, Shannon. It's
you accept
it is what it is.
What it is.
accept if you're running around, looking for your twin, just be okay with it. If you're stalking your twin, you're stalking your twin, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
There's no getting
nothing
out of
wrong
it.
with it. Huh?
There's no getting out of it.
No getting out of it. Like those teachers will tell you, and look, nothing against the teachers. Look, they're doing what they're doing. But they will tell you that there's certain things that you have to do, or you have to energetically align with them. You have to be neutral. You have to do this, blah, 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 blah. There is nothing you need to do. You just need to let things authentically unfold the way they are and be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Look, the moment I became authentically who I am, he showed up. And I'm not saying that's why he showed up, but he showed up. I can't tell you. I can't give you an answer. What that's okay. I became authentically who I was okay with being authentic, and then he just showed up. I don't know, but he did show up. And it wasn't that I was being myself. I still I still look on profiles and stuff and be nosy and looking at their shit, or I may, but I'm okay with it. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, I need to go to some healing done. I need to reach a certain level, the 3D, the 5D, you know what I mean? I don't do that no more. I'm just doing it now.
You stopping at the 5?
No, listen, yeah. I woke up and I was like, I was like having like, okay, I'm at this consciousness level at a point where he should be aligning with me. And then I see him and he rejects me, pushes me away, tells me like the worst thing ever. And I'm like, oh my God, it has nothing to do with me aligning myself or anything. He's just an asshole. That's it. That's plain and simple. And,
yep.
And the thing on the path or on the twin flame journey, you always think that it's about you. If he's running away, or if he's an asshole, or if he left you, or no, it's just what's happening. It has nothing to do with you aligning yourself and being a vegan, which I became. Okay. I've done all, I'm not talking shit about anybody because I did it all. I became a vegan. I stopped drinking alcohol. I was a virgin again. I was born again Christian. All of it. And he did his same old song and dance when I saw him at the end. So it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to do. And then people that will be listening to us right now will think that we're being negative.
No, we're just being real.
We're just being real, just being real.
We're not sugarcoating shit no more. See, that's the thing is, I'm back, man. I kind of lost myself a little bit, you know what I mean? I kind of got out of there, but no, I'm back, and I'm telling you, like, there is nothing you can fucking do to make your twin magically appear. There's no magic pill. It is what it is. And that's all there is. Like,
there's no fairy tale.
There's no fairy tale. There's nothing. Like, you can't, there's just nothing you can do. I mean, I've been neutral for fucking God knows, because I'm okay with whatever's coming up. And look, I may even say a mantra to set the tone, but that's okay too. I'm okay with that. And let me tell you, since I've been saying that motherfucking mantras, I've been happy. I've been just really like, nothing. I mean, shit still comes up for me, of course, but I'm more at a different, like, I don't know. I can't explain it, but, and I'm not saying that it worked. I don't know, but I know there's been a shift a little bit with me, but that can change too. I don't know, but it is what it is. And there's really nothing you can do to stop things from happening. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do like mantras, you can do prayer, you can do whatever to set the tone, but it's not going to stop the shit from coming up still. It may be a little lighter though. I've noticed now it's a lot more lighter for me, but it still comes up. I know I can't get out of that, but I can set the tone and make my, and you know what I mean? Who wants to sit in shit? I want to sit in no shit.
Yeah, you still have preferences after non-duality. I mean, I still don't want to feel pain. I still don't want to be hurt. I still don't want that stuff. Yeah. But it's just before you'd run to get out of it, and you'd go pray and you go meditate and you go see a therapist and you go do all these things. Now you're just like, fuck.
But look, you would go do it and you would think that you were going to stay there and you weren't going to come back down. That was the problem. I know that I'm not going to just stay there. I know I will come back down. You know, they're trying to reach levels. And when I do the mantras, I'm not trying to reach a level. I'm just doing it to set the tone for myself. You know, like taking a headache pill. I just want to tone it out a little bit. You know what I mean? What do you call it? Like turn down the volume a little bit. But I know that it will still keep coming. But I know I'm not trying to reach no levels. I'm not trying to get out of what's appearing to happen. I know it's always gonna.
Yeah.
Do I
It's
want to
just
sit?
gonna,
Yeah, you know. Do I want to sit in the darkness though? No, fuck. I don't want to sit in that shit all the goddamn time. Who wants to do that? It's fucking strenuous.
Yeah, it's exhausting when it comes, especially after non-duality, because you feel that shit like full force and it's all up in your face and there's no running away and it's just like fuck, like it's fucking exhausting. But obviously it goes away, you know, but some things stay a little bit longer, but or they move a little bit faster. But yeah, I mean, but like okay, here I want to get you guys' advice about, I mean not advice, your opinion on something. So like these spiritual teachers, right? Like Adishanti, Muji, Roberto, whatever his name, all those these bigger spiritual teachers are talking about a consciousness level that they're at and they're super happy. You know, that still exists in the illusion, you
It's
know,
work.
like
You're still
what was that?
they gotta do it all the time to stay in that higher vibration. They gotta constantly go, Who wants to do that all fucking day?
Yeah,
know
you
what
get
I'm
really
saying?
lazy. You get lazy and non-duality, like fuck that shit.
They're trying to escape the darkness all the fucking time. You can't do that because it's always going to arise. Whether you know, like the spiritual says, whether it's dark or it's light, you can't get out. You know, you have to have one without the other. They don't want to face their darkness, period. So they're all the time. You know they're fucking miserable. There ain't no way. Look, I may say a mantra, but I ain't gonna be saying it all goddamn day because I
Yeah.
forget about it. I'll say it for a couple of minutes and then all of a sudden it's like squirrel. Cat. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't stick.
You lose the distraction. You can't stay anywhere in non-duality. You can't keep
No.
the way that you like were on the path. You were able to like freaking, I don't know, like sit in meditation for so long and mantra all day and restrict yourself. And now it's just like free flowing, whatever, you
Yeah.
know? It's just
But you know
nothing
what,
really
Yasmin?
stays long.
You know what, Yasmin, though? When I say the mantra and all of a sudden I just stop out of nowhere, not even realizing that I did, I know the shift just happened. I'm concentrating on something else.
Yeah.
So to me, I feel like the mantra fucking did work because I'm focusing on something else now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
but that's
shifts
just
it
what's
over.
happening. Like, yeah, that's just
Yeah.
what's happening for you. Like, I mean, sometimes that happens with me with prayer, but then it doesn't, nothing stays consistent, you know? Like,
No.
I'm not, you know, even with manifestation, we've been talking about manifestation and I've been thinking about it. And I'll want to manifest something and then it'll just appear and it happens. And then I don't think about that shit no more. And then I'll think about it again about something else and it'll manifest. And it's just everything's showing up in real lifetime, right? Like immediately. Like I think about it, it happens. I think about it, it happens. But then I don't continue. When you're when you're on the spiritual path, you're sitting there always wanting something. And
Seeking.
it's like this continue. Now life is just immediate, you know, just boom, you know, I want to buy this, boom, I go buy it, you know, not that I took action, it just happens, you know. So I don't know, it's just immediate manifestation, but it doesn't linger. I don't.
There's 2 minutes
Yeah,
left.
Oh,
fun. Always.
what?
Yeah.
It's full on always. It's just
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
said, if something you feel things way more, you know, feels like sometimes it feels overwhelming when you're having an emotion, you know what I mean? Because it's so full on, whether it be anger or sadness or joy or whatever, it's just over the top. Sometimes it feels like, but it doesn't last like anything else. It just passes through you, you know? It doesn't leave like a big trail of thoughts and BS
Yeah.
or bad
yeah,
or
yeah.
remorse afterwards. It just does its thing and moves through you, and that's it. Then the next thing appears.
Yeah. It happens faster now, manifestation for me. Like it's just wow, okay, where were you when I was trying to do it back in the days? Back in the days, it took longer because I was expecting it and I was looking
Yeah.
for it. Where now I don't even fucking look. I just say what I say a manifestation, whatever, and then boom, I forget. It's cat squirrel again, like I'm on to something else. And I notice I'll sometimes notice that that it's appearing, and so I'm like, wow, I just did a affirmation, whatever.
Yeah.
But we are out of time, but I do wanted to continue, Monique, if you want to. I wanted to talk about some more twin flame stuff.
Sure,
If you have time, I don't know.
I do. I'm just out here lounging on my swing chair.
Okay,
Okay,
because
I'll see you
there's
guys
still some
next
more I
time.
have that we can
Yeah.
talk about.
No, I'd love to.
Okay, I'll see you guys next time.
For sure. You know.
Bye.
You didn't drink.
Bye.
Look, she saying bye, but she didn't even take one sip of that motherfucker.
Girl, I did. I did. I took a shot and I'm a lightweight. Okay,
Me
bye.
too. But anyways, I
All
love you, Yasmin. She
Love you,
left.
Yasmin.
She gone. Did she leave?
Yeah.
I don't see her anymore. She's gone. But anyways, I'll start another one and we can
Okay.
talk some more. All right.
Okay.
Talk to you
All right.
soon. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.